Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. This video is a list of my Netflix recommendations that I have put together because I've realized that it's getting harder and harder to choose what to watch on Netflix. So yeah, I have put together a list of 40 movies and series that you can watch if you want to, if you don't know what to watch on Netflix. So let's get into the video. Now I have divided the list into two, being movies and series. So the first part I'm going to mention is the movies. Now, personally, I like mystery. That is my favorite genre. So a lot of these recommendations are going to be mystery. I also like comedy and action, so you see a little bit of that in there. So let's start. In no particular order, the first movie I have on my list is There Is Someone in Your House. Now this movie is mystery based. Basically, there's a serial killer on the news and they're trying to figure out who killed who, or basically who has been going around killing everybody. It's very interesting. So yeah, I totally recommend this one. The next movie on my list is Day Shift. Now this is an action movie. It's about vampires and trust me, I love this one. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just very nice and like it's a breath of fresh air. So yeah, recommend Day Shift. The next one on the list is In Between. Now this is more of like a romantic mystery type of vibe. It's about a girl who lost her boyfriend and is trying to reconnect with him. It's a little slow at the beginning, but at one point you get sucked up into the plot and it's nice. So I guess I recommend that. The next one I have on my list is Look Both Ways. Now this movie is a little confusing in the beginning because it's like there are two different plots and they've encrypted it into each other. So a girl makes a decision and depending on what she does, she has like a life to live. So that's basically it. We have Fatherhood. Mr. Kevin Hart is in there, so you know it's going to be funny. And yeah, at first it's like sad but then it goes on and it progresses and becomes like romantic and funny and cute. So yeah, that's like a breath of fresh air. So this I'll put under the comedy genre. Moving on, we have Escape Room. A lot of us would have watched Escape Room. It's very, 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 very interesting. I like it because it's like you get to use your brain and you have your own predictions, but then you have to figure out if they're right. Like it carries you along very well. So I like that. So I totally recommend Escape Room. Put it under the mystery category. The next one on my list, I have Me Time. This is another one of Kevin Hart's pieces. It's comedy. It's just basically about a father trying to figure out what he wants to do outside being a dad. So yes, I think I'll give you like a 7/10. Another movie we have on the list is Work It. Now if you're not a fan of dancing and like teamwork and all those like high spirited movies, you may not like this one, but I personally love dance and all that has to do with it. So yeah, I 100% totally recommend. I would rate this a 9/10. If you grew up watching Disney Channel, you will understand the vibes. So yeah, that's basically it. Work It. Next on the list we have Reality High. Now the first time I watched this movie I was in SS2 and to be fair, it's actually a really nice movie. It has a lot of high school drama and comedy in it, so I think it's something I really liked, I really enjoyed. And yeah, so basically the plot is nice and everything and it's just a nice movie to watch basically, so I recommend that. Moving on the list we have To All the Boys I Loved Before. Now to be fair, I only watched this movie because of the hype around it. Like everybody was saying watch To All the Boys, so I was like, let me watch it, and it lived up to his expectations. I'm not one to watch, like I'm not really a fan of romance and everything, so at first it was slow for me, but I guess it's really good. I will put this in the same category as the next one on the list, which is Kissing Booth. So To All the Boys and Kissing Booth 1, 2 and 3, I think they both have 3-part series. So yeah, I think they're the same vibe, romance, comedy and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's fine to watch, high school drama type of thing. Next on the list I have Tall Girl. Now this movie I think it's nice, it's fair. I'll give it like a 6 or a 7. I'm not really like a fan of the whole thing, but it was alright. Something you can watch like on a boring day, on like a slow day. So yeah, I'll give that. The next on my list is Sleepover. Now, I personally like these type of movies because they're like an exaggeration of like what's the worst that can happen, and I like that vibe. So it's about like a couple that leaves their children at home, and then the children get into trouble, and then they find out like family secrets and stuff like that. I'm not going to say more because I don't want to spoil it, but I totally recommend this. It's like a family movie, and I like it because it's not like oversaturated and stuff like that. Next on my list, which is one of my favorite movies, is Enola Holmes. Now this is the adventure of the sister of Sherlock Holmes, so you are very sure that there's going to be a lot of mystery in it, and I love mystery, so it's very good. I'll put this on the top of my list. I'll give this a 10 over 10. Really good, totally recommend. It's like mystery, and then it's a combination of all the things I like in the movie. So yeah, I totally recommend this one. And it also has like elements of action in it, so you know it's going to be good. Moving on to the last, but definitely not the least on my list, we have Do Revenge. Now, when this movie came out, I was like hesitant to watch it because I was like, like they put it at my daily picks list, so I was like, let me just watch it on the show. I sat down there. This movie it will suck you in. It is so nice. Like it has like high school drama and stuff like that. Like it's not what you expect it to be. It's like the normal high school drama, but there's a lot of plot twists and corners, and it's just really nice. And I love the aesthetic. If anyone can get me the sketch that they used in that movie, I love the aesthetic, the uniform, everything about it. I just 100% love it. So yeah, that is the end of the movies recommendations list. I hope you find something to watch. All of these are really good recommendations that I personally have watched myself. So yeah, moving on to the series list. For me, I prefer series to movies because I think they get enough time to explain and expand on the plot and throw in different elements. So I prefer watching series to movies. Now, the first series I have on my list, and a lot of us will know what this is. I love this series. It is Bridgerton. Now, this series is amazing. I give it a 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, everything. I love the vibes, the costumes, the colors, everything about this series. I love the English, the language that they use. I think it's based in like the 1800s, stuff like that. So it's like, it's just nice. Like, I don't want to tell you much about it. Just go and watch it. Bridgerton, 100% recommend. The next thing on my list is one of my all-time favorites, and I know a lot of us have heard a lot about it, and I will continue to recommend this forever and ever. It's Stranger Things. Now, if you've never watched Netflix before, I think this should be the first thing you should watch because it just has everything. So go ahead and watch it. I'm not going to say much about it. Most people know what Stranger Things is, but yeah. And then a new season just came out. That was like 2 or 3 months ago. It's nice. Watch it. The next one, a lot of people actually don't know about this one, but I think this is like a very hidden, beautiful series. Is Anne with an E. I love it so much. It's like very chill and like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like history vibes, like old vibes. But I love the costume, the language. I just love the vibes of everything. So Anne with an E is about an orphan girl and the adventures of her adoptive family and everything. So it's just, it has beautiful. I just love it. It made me cry at one point because it's so nice. So yeah, 10 out of 10 recommend that. Another series that I think a lot of people do not recognize enough is Get Even. Now I'm telling you, I finished this thing in one night. I don't even know what possessed me to watch that thing in one night, but I finished it in one night, and I will tell you, it is amazing. Like, the mystery in that is top notch. Like, you cannot even know what is coming next. It's just really, really nice, and I 100% recommend it. So yes, Get Even. Go and get yourself a piece of that. 100% recommend. The next one on my series list is an amazing one, which I basically broadcast the series everywhere I go, is Umbrella Academy. I love this series 100%. Let me tell you guys, if you've not heard of Umbrella Academy, go and watch it now. Like, I'm telling you, 100% watch it. It's full of action, comedy. Like, it's just nice. Like, it's like Marvel meets Disney meets, like, it's just very nice. They have superpowers, and I'm not going to say much because if I talk now, I'm gonna spoil it. So go and see for yourself. But trust me when I say it's worth your time. Another one I think is something I really like is Lock and Key. Now this is another. It's a bit low key at the beginning, but trust me, it gets to a point where you cannot drop it. You want to know what's going to happen next. It is mystery, so obviously I will be hooked. But if you're not really a fan of, I say history. If you're not really a fan of mystery, I don't think you would like this one. But I think it's something you should try out. It has like action, mystery, and it's family oriented, so it's really good. The next on my list is Queen's Gambit. Now this is a limited series, so it's not long, but it's really nice. I enjoyed it. It's a little bit slow at the beginning, but I assure you, you would enjoy it. The show is about like a young girl who's an orphan. Then she learns how to play chess. She becomes like a protege, and like everybody's looking for her everywhere. So she basically blows up, and it follows her adventures in life and her chess adventures. So I think it's something you should definitely try. Another one, which is at the top of my list anywhere, is 13 Reasons Why. Now this show is a bit oversaturated for people that don't like blood and killing, and it's a lot, and I love it. 100% recommend if you have the heart for it. At first I was like I was a little bit scared because of like the main plot of the whole thing, but at one point I was just like, guy, just keep going. It's really nice. Like I enjoyed every single part of it, even though some of it was a little over the top. But I think for me, at one point, I just stopped watching. I think like around season 4 or 5, I lost the whole vibe. But at the beginning, season 1 and 2, and I think 3, I definitely 100% recommend. But it gets to a point where it's like too much. Moving on to, I'll put this show also in the same category with 13 Reasons. It is Riverdale. Now Riverdale, if you grew up reading comics of Archie, is basically Archie but like different vibe, but it's definitely something you should try out. I love it until it gets to a point where they're just very confused about the whole thing. Like it keeps getting better and then it just gets weird at one point, but I think it's something you should try out nonetheless. Moving on, I have another limited series, which is Inventing Anna. Now, one of my friends recommended this to me. I was hesitant to watch it at first, but I think it's a little slow at the beginning, but I think you would love it. It has like elements of mystery, and I just like the vibe, basically. I don't know how to describe it, but it's about a journalist trying to figure out the story of someone who basically lies about a lot of things. Like, it has a nice vibe to it. I can't really say much about the series, but yeah, I think it's something you should definitely watch. Moving on, we have Fate the Winx Saga. Now, if you grew up watching Winx Club on, I think it's Nickelodeon, this is like a spin-off live action, but it's actually very nice. Like, I will not lie, it's a little bit cringy. I won't say cringy, but it's nice. Like, I love this, like, elements of mystery, romance, action, drama, everything is in it. So I will 100% recommend this one. Now this next one on my list, honestly, my entire family watched this one. This one I like a lot. It is Cobra Kai. It's about karate. Honestly, it gives me Nickelodeon vibes. Like, it's not too, it's a series, so it's not like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's really good. It has a lot of, it's very funny, it's just nice. Like, just go watch it. I don't know what you want me to say again, but it's really good. I got sucked in the first time I watched it, so it's something, yeah, for the entire family. Very nice. The next one I have is Arwabi School for Girls. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but it is basically Arabian like based, so it's really good. I like it. It's like about an all-girls school and girls getting into trouble, but it has like a weird twist at the end. It made me cry too, because it's like it has different elements that actually touched me to a point. So yeah. Next one I have is Dare Me. Now I'm telling you, this movie, I keep saying movie, this series is good. It's about like cheerleading and like the mystery of cheerleading. At one point I start to get confused, but from the beginning it's like, I think it's good. The next one I have on my list is One of Us is Lying. Now this one, from the beginning you already know the plot, you already know it, but you can never really predict it. So it's like you just want to know whether you're right or wrong. So you watch it and then you actually get sucked in. So I think it's something everyone should try out. Again, it's mystery, so it's my vibe. I don't know about you. The next one on my list is Insatiable. Now, at first, I watched this and it was really good, but then it got to a point, I think it's season 2 or 1. One of the seasons, I just stopped watching it because it twisted too much for me and it left the entire plot. But from the beginning, it's about a girl that loses weight and gets back at every other person. So from the name, it's like she's not satisfied with anything. So basically, that's what it's about. So Insatiable. Then we have Never Have I Ever. Now this is a funny preteen teen type of vibe. I like it. It's funny. It's cute. It's like, I don't know. I just like it. It's like a nice vibe to watch. So if you haven't watched it, go ahead and check that one out. Another one that I was especially hesitant to watch, but then I watched anyway, was On My Block. Now this is one of the things that you wouldn't really like look twice at the thumbnail, but I think when I started watching it, I was like, this is cool, and then it got to a point where I just could not stop. So I finished it in like 3 days. It was really nice, but then it's over. I think it just has like 3 seasons or 4, but I'm not sure. But I 100% recommend. The next one on my list, which, as you know, I love dance, so it's Tiny Pretty Things. It's about ballet and the mysteries of ballet and just dancing, and I love it. Basically, you may not like it if you don't like dance and if you don't like mystery, but this I 100% recommend for people who have my taste. Moving on, we have Ginny and Georgia. A lot of people have heard about this particular show. I think will I say it's overhyped or underhyped? I don't know, but it's definitely worth the watch. Last but definitely not the least on my list is Squid Game. I'm very sure you've heard about this one. If you're still hesitant to watch it, this is your sign to go and watch it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you find something to watch out of this list that I have given you. So definitely check a lot of them out. I think if you haven't watched them, my own personal experiences, they are good, at least to my taste. So yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and also suggestions of what you think I should watch, because me too, I also need suggestions. Also, if you have some, please leave it in the comment section below. Again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a good vibe. Bye. I'll see you in the next video.